Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we are taking a look at a really fun theme team in the Great League, Team Tree. This team features the brand new Shadow SUDOWOODO on the lead with Tropius and Trevenant in the back. For the moveset on Shadow SUDOWOODO, I am running Counter, Rock Slide, and Earthquake, and I'm running Air Slash as the fast move on Tropius. This is definitely not a team I'd recommend for climbing rank, but I did have some really fun battles with it. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out Team Tree in action in the Great League. Hopping to the first match, leading Shadow SUDOWOODO into Jellicent. This is a very bad lead. I'm going to instantly save switch into Trevenant, and the Jellicent is staying in. I'm going to farm up, throw just before they reach a move, but due to desync, they're actually able to catch the Seed Bomb onto Skarmory. That is absolutely terrible. I will be able to reach a Shadow Ball, and this will do quite a lot of damage onto the Skarmory. Shadow Ball does get the shield, and unfortunately, Skarmory is going to be able to farm me down. I'm not able to reach a second Shadow Ball. I do throw the Seed Bomb just for some extra chip damage, but that's double resisted, so it's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. I'm going to bring back in Shadow Sudo, and Sudo is going to have to do a lot of work here. Tanks the Sky Attack, no problem. But a Brave Bird would hurt quite a bit. I am going to try and commit to the farm down here, so I will shield in case it's a Brave Bird. It is. They aggressively switch back into the Jellicent, and they go for a move. Shadow Ball will KO here. I do commit the shield, and now I'm going for the Earthquake. Earthquake does more damage overall than a Rock Slide. Earthquake, able to connect, bring back in Tropius, and I'm able to Air Slash down. They have the very low health Skarmory in the back. The question is, what is that final Pokemon? And it is Shadow Machamp. So maybe we have a chance here. Tropius is a flyer, so we will take super effective from Rock Slide, but Tropius is extremely tanky. Moment of truth. Can we tank the Rock Slide? We can, and we're able to reach the Leaf Blade. That is huge. This is going to be taking out the Shadow Machamp. Can we farm down the Skarmory? Skarmory able to farm us down. Do they have a move? They do not, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Shadow SUDOWOODO into Obstagoon. This is a pretty decent lead. Counter, of course, hitting for double super effective damage. I'm going to throw 5 counters and catch what should hopefully be a cross chop. It is onto Tropius. But my happiness is short-lived as my opponent brings out a Skarmory. And for some reason, I throw an Aerial Ace here. Aerial Ace is only single resisted, but it's a terrible, terrible move. I should have just gone straight Leaf Blade in this situation, as I can get to more of them. Because as you're going to see, because I threw the more expensive Aerial Ace, I'm actually not able to reach a third move, so a definite misplay on my part. I am going to bring back in the Shadow SUDOWOODO, but it has a lot of work to do because this Skarmory is absolutely loaded. Skarmory has the back-to-back Sky Attacks. I am going to commit the shield because I need to be able to take out the Skarmory, and they bring in Shadow Nidoqueen. At this point, I have one win con. I am full sending the Earthquake. Earthquake one-shots the Nidoqueen, and suddenly we have life. The opponent waiting the switch clock, they bring back in Skarmory. SUDOWOODO able to reach a last second move. This will be grabbing a shield from the Skarmory, and then I'm going to bring in Trevenant. Trevenant just not able to farm down. I will need to commit the shield because I believe they have enough for a Brave Bird. They do. And now the question is, can we survive a Night Slash from Obstagoon? We are going to be able to reach the back-to-back Seed Bombs before they reach 2 Night Slashes. They let the first one through. The question is, can we survive the Night Slash here and be able to Shadow Claw down? We survive it, farming down, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Shadow SUDOWOODO into Galarian Stunfisk. This is a pretty interesting lead as we are both doing super effective damage to each other. I throw 8 counters, try and catch the Earthquake, but my opponent holds onto their energy, and now they're going to be able to throw Rock Slides at the Trevenant. Trevenant does absorb that Rock Slide no problem and is going to fire back with the Seed Bomb. This is not going to be enough to KO, but will get that G-Fisk low, and now they bring in Venusaur. I will be able to reach Shadow Ball just as they reach the Frenzy Plant. This will do big damage if it lands. They commit the shield, and it's a CMP tie. Honestly, I'm totally fine with letting the Trevenant go, because this sets up Tropius for a massive farm down. And even better, the opponent throws on alignment, and I'm able to get an extra Air Slash. This means I should be able to farm down, and I should not have to shield a second time. Tropius farms down, absolutely loaded on energy. Opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. Hopping to the next match, splitting Shadow SUDOWOODO into Togekiss. Opponent save switches into an XL Spinda, and we have an absolute Spice Lord on our hands. Spinda goes for the Icy Wind. We tank that no problem. I'm going to farm up till just before they reach a second Icy Wind and go for a Rock Slide. That way, I make them decide if they want to commit the first shield, and if they do, I'm more than willing to match shields and counter down. This way, I still leave with a decent amount of HP and quite a lot of energy, and they bring in Shadow Nidoqueen. I am double debuffed. So the question is, do they respect the Earthquake? They do not, almost taking out the Nidoqueen. And from here, I make a pretty big mistake. I shield the Poison Fang because I wanted to try and get off a Rock Slide to finish the game with SUDOWOODO. But as you're going to see, due to that defense drop, I was not able to get there. So that was a complete waste of a shield on my part. And now, because of that mistake, I might be in a bit of trouble here. I do still have Tropius left alive. Tropius is very tanky, but Flamethrower is going to hurt quite a bit. Flamethrower does big damage onto Tropius. Tropius able to reach the Aerial Ace. This is going to be hitting for neutral and taking out the Togekiss. The question is, can we farm down the Nidoqueen? Yes, we can, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Shadow SUDOWOODO into Reggie Steele. This is a pretty decent lead. Opponent is going to save switch into Sableye, and I'm going to respond with Tropius. This is not an ideal safe switch for me to see because I don't really have a great response to Sableye. I bring in Tropius just because I have a neutral matchup and Tropius is exceedingly tanky, but if the Sableye wants, they are going to be able to flip switch advantage. Going for the Leaf Blade, but I just get outpaced. I think I might barely survive this. Foul play, not enough to KO, and Tropius is going to be able to force switch advantage or shield advantage, and we're able to get shield. That is quite nice. I'm going to bring in the Shadow SUDOWOODO, trying to farm down, and I'm just not able to do so. I will let the foul play through. I do tank that, and the question is, what is their final Pokemon? It is Trevenant. So they're running Reggie Steele Double Ghost. I'm going for the Rock Slide, able to grab the shield, and now I bring in Trevenant. This could be enough for a Shadow Ball, but I am expecting a bait. I'm going to call it. It's just a bait, and I'm able to reach the Shadow Ball. I am just going to save 2 shields at this point because it's very hard for Reggie Steele to farm down. Reggie Steele now has to try and lock on farm down, and we are going to start launching these Shadow Balls. First Shadow Ball gets the Reggie Steele below half health, and they decide to throw their energy. Again, I am not shielding a thing here. They go for the Zap Cannon. We are going to trust in Shadow SUDOWOODO, going for the farm down, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Shadow SUDOWOODO into Wallrain. This is exactly where I want to see Wallrain on this team. Counter hitting for massive super effective damage, going for the Rock Slide, but a beautiful catch onto Trevenant. That will do quite a bit of damage, and now I'm going to bring in Tropius. I'm not going to shield a thing because I know that Wallrain has loaded energy, so I am going to tank the Shadow Ball, farm down, and then I am going to try and go for the Leaf Blade, but unfortunately I do lose CMP to the Wallrain. Wallrain is going to be able to take me out with an Icicle Spear. I bring back in the Shadow SUDOWOODO, but this is short of an Earthquake. So I will not have to shield this, just the Icicle Spear. Can we counter down? Yes, we can. Spamming the Rock Slide, and it is Medicham in the back, and we have the perfect alignment. Able to land the Rock Slide. We bring in Trevenant, and at this point, this game is already over. I am going to be going for the Seed Bomb here. May as well. It's going to take out anyway, but they commit the shield. Opponent trying to play it out, but at this point, there is no win con. They go for the Ice Punch. That's totally fine. Able to farm down, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, letting Shadow SUDOWOODO into Scrafty. Scrafty is a pretty big issue for this whole team. I throw 5 counters, and I am able to catch the Power Up Punch onto Tropius. This is a big waste of energy for the Scrafty, but then the opponent brings in Shadow Nidoqueen. Shadow Nidoqueen is one of the reasons why you see a lot less Tropius in today's meta, because Tropius just gets absolutely destroyed by Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen able to land 1 Poison Fang, tank a Leaf Blade, and they're able to farm down. They do have a Poison Fang loaded, but they try and get to the Earth Power, and that allows me to reach a Rock Slide. Rock Slide, able to take them out, which is quite nice. And from here, I'm expecting that Scrafty is going to be brought back in. It is trying to get to a move, not able to get there. I'm going to bring in the Trevenant, and from here, I have to shield everything. I am in a lot of trouble. They go for the foul play, but then they bring in their final Pokemon, and it is Jellicent, and maybe we have a chance. Jellicent has a pretty poor matchup against Trevenant. I go for the Seed Bomb bait, and I'm able to get a shield. They're still farming up on the Jellicent. Farming up this much energy and not pressuring a shield is a definite mistake by my opponent. They finally do decide to throw, but they are not at back-to-back. So I should be able to throw 3 more Shadow Claws, win CMP, and from here we're going to be able to outpace the Scrafty. Back in comes the Scrafty, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, letting Shadow SUDOWOODO into G-Fisk. Again, pretty neutral lead for us. I am going to try and catch the Earthquake onto Trevenant. So we're going to throw 8 counters, switch, and we catch onto Trevenant. Please, please let it be the Earthquake. But they were baiting. It's just a Rock Slide. And then they're going to bring in Sableye. This is pretty unfortunate for me. I can go for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball should be able to do quite a bit of damage, so we get a shield. And unfortunately, we do get farmed down. I do have the Rock Slide loaded on SUDOWOODO, so I am going to be going for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide is able to grab the shield. I do survive a foul play here, not super well. I tank it, they're trying to farm down, but we're able to reach another Rock Slide. This is big. This should be taking out the Sableye, and now I have 2 Shield Tropius versus the world. I'm frantically trying to switch out. They bring back in the Galarian Stunfisk. I have seen a similar line a few times. Galarian Stunfisk, Sableye, and typically a grass type like Venusaur in the back. If it's Venusaur, I need to save my shields because Vine Whip isn't going to be doing much fast move pressure, but the Sludge Bombs will do quite a bit of damage. So I'm actually going to no-shield both moves from the Galarian Stunfisk, overfarm by 1, and go for the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade, able to knock out the G-Fisk, and it is not what I thought in back, but saving the shields was still worth it. It is a Zoomeril in the back. These bubbles are not applying a lot of fast move pressure. They go for the Ice Beam, and I'm able to reach the back-to-back Leaf Blades. This will be doing massive super effective damage onto the Azumarill, but this appears to be an XL Azu, so 2 Leaf Blades is not going to be enough to KO. This is going to be very close. Tropius, able to farm down, and that is a good game. And hopping to the final match, leading Shadow SUDOWOODO into Swampert. Terrible lead. Going to save switch into Trevenant, and Trevenant is met with Altaria. I am going to be going for the bait here. Kind of a risky bait, but it pays off as we're able to get the shield. Altaria will throw before I reach a Shadow Ball. Very nice awareness, as they do not want to get hit with the Shadow Ball. I'm going to shield so I can get off this Shadow Ball. This will do quite a lot of damage to the Altaria, and we're actually able to grab the second shield. Unfortunately, not able to reach another move as I do get farmed down, but I'm going to bring back in Shadow SUDOWOODO. SUDOWOODO should be able to tank a Moonblast here if they decide to go for it. They do, and then the opponent pivots. I'm able to bank a Rock Slide for later, and I bring in Tropius. So now we have Defense Deoxys into the Tropius, and things are looking a bit rough. I really needed to be able to take out that Altaria so it would not be able to mess up my Tropius. But now, I'm in a bit of trouble. I will be able to reach another Leaf Blade. This is not enough to KO, so I'm going to need to try and snipe the Altaria at some point when it comes back in. They're probably going for double Psycho Boost here. I will shield the first since it will do the most, and it is Psycho Boost, and there is the second. So I will be able to tank this second Psycho Boost, and then I'm going to farm down. I don't quite leave with a Leaf Blade loaded. They bring in Altaria, and we bring in the Shadow SUDOWOODO. We are going to be able to snipe. Rock Slide takes him out. Back in comes Swampert. But the issue is Swampert is able to reach a move. Does a Hydro Cannon KO. Tropius holds on with 1 HP. Going to be able to reach the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is going to banish that Swampert. And that is a good game. All in all, I had an absolute blast running Team Tree. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's not a team I would personally recommend running if you're looking to climb the rank, but I was able to have some decent success with it. Ended up going 16-9 on the day, despite the team's many weaknesses. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.